I think my purpose was to help others.
World War II veteran Nat Hines has not only outlived most of his comrades, but he has also discovered the secret to reversing aging and living longer. Join us on a journey through time as we explore the incredible life of Nat Hines, who defied the laws of nature and shared his unconventional wisdom on turning back the clock and living a longer, healthier life. Nat Hines was born into a middle-class family in 1920 in the charming town of Bladensboro, North Carolina. But life threw him a curveball when he lost his mother at age 5. His earliest memory was being in church, staring at his mother's casket, and that was when it dawned on him that his mother had passed. Nat's father quickly remarried a woman with a name almost as long as his own, Sarah J. Bowen Flowers Hines. She took on the challenge of raising Nat and his 2 brothers, which was no easy feat, but she did. According to Hines, as a kid, he made a mistake that haunted him for years, not giving his stepmother the love and appreciation she deserved. In hindsight, he realized that the woman treated him and his brothers like her own flesh and blood. He later enrolled in Booker T. Washington High School and graduated with flying colors in 1940. After high school, he found himself in a pickle. He couldn't seem to snag a high-paying job, no matter how hard he tried. That's when his buddy came through with a brilliant idea, suggesting they both join the military. And just like that, at the age of 19, he was on his way to serving his country for 4.5 years. During World War II, he worked in the supply lines, making sure the field men had everything they needed to take down the Nazi soldiers. But after the invasion of Normandy, things got a little bit more heated, and he was shipped off to Europe, where he saw more action than a Hollywood blockbuster. He fought bravely across France, Germany, and Belgium. Recalling some of his most traumatic World War II experiences, he can't help but shudder at the memory of German soldiers parachuting behind their lines and mercilessly taking the lives of his comrades as they slept away in their tents. It was a horrifying and terrible time that left a permanent mark on him. But as if that wasn't enough to deal with, he also had to contend with being separated from his newlywed wife for a whole year while stationed in Europe. When the war ended, he returned to his family in North Carolina. He was happy to be reunited with his wife, but he felt something was missing from his life. His wife noticed this and suggested that he enroll in college under the GI Bill of Rights, which was passed by the U.S. legislature in 1944 to support World War II veterans. At first, he was hesitant, thinking he was too old to return to school, but his wife convinced him he was never too old to learn and that education was the key to unlocking his full potential. So, with much encouragement from his better half, he enrolled in the Agricultural and Technical College of North Carolina. His college experience was a bit different from what he was used to in the war. Instead of fighting battles, he had to study for exams and attend lectures. But he was determined to succeed and make the most of his opportunity. So finally, after years of hard work and dedication, he graduated in 1952. After graduating, he landed a job in the bustling city of Washington, D.C. He eagerly relocated there with his family in tow to start a new adventure. For the next 14 years, he called Washington, D.C. his home, building a life filled with laughter, love, and hard work. However, life had plans for him, and tragedy struck when he lost his first wife. Despite the heartbreak, he refused to let it break his spirit. 2 years later, he found love once more and tied the knot with his new partner. But when he thought his journey had peaked, fate had other plans. One day, while working in Washington, D.C., a letter arrived from the Peace Corps. They urgently needed someone with his skills and passion to go to Liberia and serve as an associate director. Without hesitation, he packed his bags again and headed to Africa, ready to make a difference. For the next 2 years, he dedicated his time and energy to improving the lives of those around him, determined to leave a positive impact. Hines had 2 daughters with his first wife. The first died of lung cancer at age 59, and the second is named Angela Hines Brooks. He now has 4 grandchildren and 11 great-grandchildren. This World War II veteran described himself as a religious Christian, and in his words, he has lived this long in good health because he took care of himself, and the Lord did the rest for him. At 102, he is still active in the choir and sings with other parishioners weekly. If you want to live as long as Nat has, he advises that you hit the gym regularly and chow down on healthy food that nourishes your body. He works out at least 3 times a week, and his fitness routine includes running on the treadmill, lifting weights, going on long walks, and doing squats. Even Nat's doctors were in awe of his impressive longevity journey and advised him to keep doing whatever he was doing to stay healthy. And you better believe that Nat listened. Even during the COVID-19 lockdowns, when the gyms were closed, Nat refused to let his gains suffer. Instead, he took matters into his own hands and bought his gym equipment, setting it up in his very own workout space at home. Hines attributes his motivation to his military experience and natural athleticism. He says that once you make exercise a habit, it becomes easier and easier to do. And let's be real, who wouldn't want to work out like Hines with his impressive energy and dedication? This veteran's journey hasn't been without its challenges. First, at age 81, he experienced serious health scares, including a quadruple bypass surgery. Then one day, after returning home from work, he suddenly found himself out of breath and nearly collapsed. Thankfully, he was able to recuperate at home under the care of his daughter before heading to the hospital, where he was diagnosed with 4 blockages in his heart. With this diagnosis, open heart surgery was performed on him. He's often asked about the secrets to his longevity, and his answer is always the same: exercise, eat right, and don't worry about tomorrow. According to Hines, worrying about the future can take a toll on your mental health, and that's why he doesn't waste time fretting about things he can't control. Instead, he focuses on what he can control: his physical health. He knows keeping his body in good shape is crucial for a long and healthy life. He hits the gym regularly and is not afraid to mix things up. He runs on the treadmill, lifts weights, goes for long walks, and even throws in a few squats for good measure. He knows that exercise is essential for good blood circulation, which is vital for longevity. Plus, it helps him sleep good and feel better overall. Regarding his diet, he avoids fast food and all types of junk food, and loads up on fish, fruits, and vegetables. And you know what other foods he avoids like the plague? Beef and pork. This is because they're loaded with unhealthy fats that can do a number on your body. This veteran lives by the motto, drink what you need, eat what you need, but not what you want. And let's be honest, that's some solid advice. Let's face it, we've all been guilty of indulging in some not-so-healthy foods and drinks from time to time. They harm our health because we ate what we wanted rather than what our bodies needed. It's worth noting that while occasional indulgences in less healthy foods and drinks are fine in moderation, overconsumption can have negative consequences on our health. Therefore, following a diet that prioritizes nutrient-dense foods such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean protein sources is crucial for maintaining optimal health and well-being. So folks, take it from this centenarian veteran and embrace a good diet. Load up on those lean proteins and steer clear of the fatty meats. And remember, drink and eat what you need, not what you want. As you learn more about Nat Hines, it becomes apparent that he has utilized his long life journey to positively impact those around him. Despite his age, he is determined to create a lasting legacy to ensure people remember him long after he's gone. He achieves this by empowering others to achieve longevity and lead impactful lives, just as he has done himself. In addition, Nat spreads love and kindness to all he encounters, and his dedication to improving the world is truly inspiring.